Welcome to the Dirt Court Jesters Podcast, your home for dirt track racing across the country and right here in the Ohio Valley. This is Josh, and in episode 59, the King's Royal is here. I hope you guys are ready to get dirty. This week in dirt racing history, we're going back to July 22nd of 1995 at Eldora Speedway for the King's Royal. Dave Blaney would be crowned king, Steve Kinzer in second, and Todd Kane would round out the podium.
Let me talk to you.
This week's talking points want to start by, should tank sizes be mandated? Should teams, they know the amount of laps and the fuel needed with the tank that they're running? Should a series mandate the size of tank to be run? If you run out, you run out. That's my opinion. I don't know that they should mandate it. I know it's been a topic of conversation. We just have to wait and see how that shakes out. And on that note, the American Sprint Car Series has implemented a new rule regarding the top wing, allowing only one top wing for competition per race night. The rule is directed at keeping costs down and ensuring a level playing field among competitors. The rule officially takes effect on August 3rd of 2025, and it is Section 5 under wing specifications. The same top wing must be used on the same car for the entire race night after presented for qualifying. The top wing that is used for the race night may be changed at the discretion of the American Sprint Car Series director if the top wing has been physically damaged beyond repair for any foreseen reason. Interesting to see them implementing that. We'll see how that shakes out. Anthony Macri is your 2025 Pennsylvania Speed Week champion. It's his third consecutive Pennsylvania Speed Week championship. And the only other driver to do that, Fred Raymer. Macri ended the week with 1,035 points, edging out Danny Dietrich, who finished second with 998 points. Paul Nienheiser had an accident while leading the feature with the Sprint Invaders in Vinton, Iowa. A parts failure caused his car to flip, and upon landing hard on the rear wheels, he sustained compression fractures in the T3, T4, and T5 vertebrae. He would spend the night in the hospital most of Monday as well at the hospital in Vinton, and was transferred to the University of Iowa Medical Center, where he was admitted to the trauma unit. The good news was that he had feeling in all of his extremities, but was in a lot of pain. Hopefully a speedy recovery for Paul Nienheiser. USAC's Indiana Sprint Week schedule for 2025 consists of 8 events at 8 different racetracks. It costs a 10-night span between July 24th and August 2nd. Following the Speed Week kickoff at the dirt track at IMS, they'll go to Putnamville Lincoln Park Speedway on Friday, July 25th, then Kokomo on Saturday, July 26th, Lawrenceburg, July 27th, Circle City Raceway, Wednesday, July 30th, Terre Haute Action Track on Thursday, July 31st, Bloomington Speedway on Friday, August 1st, and Hobstadt will wrap it up on Saturday, August 2nd. I'm sure the dirt track and road rack boys will make some of those races. And now we move to what we're all here for, King's Royal 42 talk. I'm excited. I'm glad it's finally here. Once again, it's going to go way too fast. I can't wait to get to Eldora on Tuesday. The King's Royal is here. The Eldora Ballroom schedule has been released for King's Royal Week. If you're camping at the track or arriving early, stop in and check out the ballroom. On Monday, they're going to have the high limit race on the big screen. On Tuesday, they're going to have the Brad Doty Classic on the big screen. Watch parties for both of those events on their large big screen. They've got 755-inch TVs throughout the building as well. Monday and Tuesday, the watch parties will be there at the ballroom. They're also going to have local musicians and bands providing live music each afternoon, Wednesday through Saturday. Back again for 2025, the Whistle Stop Tap House Turn. Get your tickets now. $50 for the ticket round trip from Eldora on a party bus, a buffet, a $10 tap wall pour card at Sure Shot Tap House, and a Whistle Stop cooler and koozie. New to Eldora this year, the Turn 2 Club is a mobile suite that's going to be at Eldora for King's Royal Week. The suite will sit atop turn 2, overlooking the facility. It's pretty slick. Air conditioned lounge, 2 private restrooms, 2 live TVs with scoring, 2 outdoor viewing decks with high top tables and bar stools. You get a koozie with that, you get a decal with that, you get a hat with that, you get 2 drink vouchers and a Kings Royal event shirt voucher. You got to get that at the Eldora merchandise store. Each Turn 2 club ticket package also includes a 4-day pit pass age 18 and over. Also, a reserved parking spot inside the gate next to the Turn 2 club mobile suite will be included with the purchase of 4 or more suite packages. The Turn 2 club mobile suite packages are $500 each, covers admission for the entire 4-day event. There are only 50 packages available, and they will be sold first come, first serve beginning Monday, June 30th at 9 a.m. So those are already on sale. I think they still got them. I haven't seen anything saying they don't. Would be pretty cool. I know the question was, if you've got tickets, how does that work out? And from what I read, they'll take the difference from what you spent on your tickets, and you'll just pay the difference to match the $500 that the Turn 2 club suite ticket costs. So I got to check that out. I want to see what it's all about. Looks like it's going to be a very cool Kings Royal weekend. And on that note, sprint cars return to live television. $100,000 win Joker's jackpot on Thursday, July 17th will be the production of Flow Racing, High Limit, and FS1. Crazy to see sprint cars getting back on national television. I think it's awesome. The question always comes with the format and how do they keep things moving for a television audience. I know High Limit has been on that, on trying to get the show going and trying to be productive about moving it along. It's going to be interesting to see how this works out. I don't care whether it's High Limit or if it was the World of Outlaws or Fast, or I don't care who it is. If somebody's getting on national television with the Sprint Car Series, let's go. And the Royal Sovereign for the Kings Royal has been named. King Don III, 1986 Kings Royal winner Don Kreitz Jr. will crown the winner of the event this coming Saturday, the Kings Royal at Eldora Speedway. I can't say it enough. I'm pumped, and I hope you guys are as well. Things to do while you're camping or staying in the area for the Kings Royal. There's a ton to do. I'll be putting out a little short video here showing you some of the views from the seating areas, as well as a map that's got some places marked for you. You're not far north of Greenville. You're not far south of St. Henry or Salina, and you're not really that far west of Troy. I know a lot of people go to those areas and stay in the hotels there. A lot of cool spots, a lot of local establishments that you can hit up. We've talked about Sure Shot Tap House in Greenville. We've talked about Andrew there at the Whistle Stop in Ansonia, just south of the track. Tim was on this week from Sour Mug Tavern, helping out with some interviews. They're in West Milton on Wednesdays, $1 bone in, dine in special. So if you're close to Sour Mugs in West Milton, go hit that up. If you're staying in Troy, there's a ton of stuff there. There is a very good pizza joint in Troy that is called Old Scratch. There is also Kay's Hamburgers, which is an old establishment there. Agave and Rye is a good spot. They've got a couple places. If you go to Agave and Rye, you've got to get the macaroni and cheese beignet. They take macaroni and cheese, they put it in the dough, they deep fry it. Then they give you a spicy maple syrup to dunk it in. Oh man, it is delicious. And not only that, there's plenty of other things to do around there. Crafted and Cure, if you want to go get a meat and cheese tray and drink some beer, they have stuff for you as well. There's just so much to do in that area. You're not that far from Dayton. You could go check out the Air Force Base and the museum there. A lot of good spots in Dayton as well. If you want to go up to Walpock, Walpockanetta, There is the Neil Armstrong Museum up there as well. There's so much you can do. Me personally, when I go to the track Tuesday night, I do everything in my power to stay there until I leave Sunday. I want to hang out at the track. I want to take in the sights and sounds. That's the way I do Kings Royal Week. The way you do it is entirely up to you, but make sure you have a blast in whatever you do. And moving on, let's wrap up this segment by talking about the Kings Royal itself. Last year's winner was David Gravel. Can he go back to back? This year's favorite, I think, could be Gravel. He's fast at Eldora. As I've always said, I want to see somebody like Greg Wilson or Sheldon Haudenschild get the win so we can be at the track when the sun comes up cracking beers. But my pick has changed since Jacob Allen hung it up. And I think this guy will be buying some beer for folks at Eldora if he wins the Kings Royal. My pick is going to be Rico Abreu to win the 42nd running of the Kings Royal. Tim couldn't join me tonight, but Tim's pick for the Kings Royal, Aaron Reitzel. So there's a couple picks. I wonder what picks do you guys have? We're not far off. I can't wait. I've said it 100 times. It's time for the Kings Royal. Going to take a break here to give a shout out to Victory Fuel, from Throttle Punch to Lucky Lemon to Purple Potion. They're all great. They're good for your kids. You got to hydrate when you're not cracking the beers. And Victory Fuel is the way to do it. Go to drinkvictory.com and use the code Jesters10 at checkout to save. Drinkvictory.com and use the code Jesters10 at checkout to save. All right, guys, we're moving on to the race recap and racing to come.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh, no.
This week has been a disaster. I got back from vacation, had some issues with my water main, had some other issues tied into that. Busy as all get out at work. It just was not a productive week at all for me. Now I'm struggling to try and get my stuff together. I've got 2 days before I head to Eldora for the Kings Royal. Got some very cool interviews in the small amount of time I had open. All that being said, did I catch some racing? Yes. Did I catch a whole lot of it? No. I don't have a recap for you guys. I've kind of been out of the loop for a little bit. What we're going to touch on, though, is racing to come. July 14th, Fremont's going to have High Limit Volunteer Speedway with the Schaefer's Oil Southern Nationals. July 15th, Attica and the Brad Doty Classic with the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. I-75 and the Schaefer's Oil Southern Nationals. Shelby County Speedway and Lucas Oil Late Models. July 16th, Eldora and the Double Down Duels with High Limit. July 17th, Eldora and the Joker's Jackpot, $100,000 to win for High Limit live on FS1. Fairmont Raceway and USMTS. USIS is going to have Lucas Oil Late Models, Sonoya Raceway with the Schaefer's Oil Southern Nationals. July 18th, Circle City Raceway is going to have mods, Steel Block Sprints, Pure Stocks, Street Stocks, Hornets, Eldora, and the night before, the Kings Royal with the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. Farmer City and the Junior Kimmel Memorial and the Bill Marietta Memorial with Mars Late Models and Mars Modifieds. Houston and Lucas Oil Late Models. Limeland's going to have GLSS mods in stocks. Muller Raceway with the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series, Sport Mods, Compacts, and Legends. Mount Pleasant Speedway with GLTS in 6 other divisions. Ponderosa Speedway is going to have Boss in 604 Late Models. Princeton Speedway is going to have USMTS. Spoon River Speedway with the Extreme Midgets. Swainsboro Raceway with the Schaefer's Oil Southern Nationals. July 19th, 127 Speedway is going to have Boss. Atomic with the Summer Sizzler and the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series with mods and sport mods. Eldora in the 42nd running of the Kings Royal with the World of Outlaws sprint cars, Florence Speedway with late models, Sport Mods, Crown Vics, and Legends. Goods Raceway is going to have 6 divisions. Huset's with Lucas Oil late models. Night number 2 at Lawrenceburg, and a night of destruction, monster trucks, bus races, Hornets, and minivan demo derby. Montpelier with USAC Midwest Thunder Midgets. American Sprint Car Tour is also with them, as well as 600cc Outlaw Micro Sprints. Ogilvy with US MTS versus WISSOTA. Richmond Raceway with the Butch Shea Memorial. Ultimate Heart of America late models, as well as mods and Crown Vics. Screven Motor Speedway with Schaefer's Oil Southern Nationals. Silver Bullet Speedway with GLTS, and 5 other divisions. Tri-State Speedway with ASCS. And July 20th, Goods Raceway, 200-lap enduro race, Granite City Motor Park with US MTS, and Quincy Raceway with Mars late models. We're wrapping it up, guys. It's Kings Royal time, the 42nd running of the Kings Royal. I can't wait to be there, and I hope to see you guys at the track.
Goodbye, and good night, bang.
Thanks for listening to the Dirt Court Jesters Podcast. You can follow us on Facebook, on X, on YouTube, and Spotify. We'll see you guys at Eldora Speedway for the Kings Royal.